And I just want to look at this graphic now and why I'm saying, or talking him up so much. It's not just the goals he's scoring, it's the importance of goals. The most important goal is that first goal. Very rarely do we see top teams lose or draw from that position. You just go through the games now, Liverpool's last 11 games. So the top 4, Mane gets the first goal, okay, the opposition twice. There's only 2 of the Liverpool players in those 11 games who've scored the first goal. That's how vital they are. So it's not just scoring, being top of the charts and getting goals when it's 4-0 and banging a couple in at the end of the game. It's the importance of the goals Mane's getting. And, you know, you think about him, and I think sometimes he goes under the radar. We've got Salah, you've got Van Dijk at the back, talk of the goalkeeper, the impact these players have had. And Liverpool are going for a first title in almost 30 years. He's the best wide player Liverpool have had for 30 years. You have to go back to John Barnes to Liverpool have had a player like that. And that's massive coming, because I think John Barnes is possibly in the best 5 or 6 players to ever play for Liverpool Football Club.
If you had to lose one, hypothetically, Salah or Mane for the running, who would it be?
Salah.
You'd lose Salah over Mane?
Well, they've got the same amount of goals.
So you keep Mane in?
I just think, I mean, I'm a massive fan of Mane. I actually think, people talk about Jurgen Klopp and the signing of Salah, unbelievable. Van Dijk. Mane's the one that got Liverpool back. If you think, he was Klopp's first big signing, 30 million. He was the signing that got Liverpool into the top 4. The next season it was like Champions League final. This season is challenging for the title. So he's been the one who's been there from the very start. And if Liverpool or City win the league, a lot of it's going to be down to the wide players. And I think of the teams when we challenged you, I think in 2009, we didn't have that wide player. We didn't have that. I'm not just talking about these teams. Go through history of the teams who win a title. The wide players stand out massively. And I go as far as to say, I think if we'd have had this Sadio Mane in that team in 2009, we'd have possibly won the league. I think we would have won the league. That was the only thing that was really lacking in the difference between you. Yeah. I mean, we were similar to this team. We only lost 2 games in the season. We got 86 points. If you've had a player getting almost 20 goals from a wide position, then a massive difference.
Saying, it seems like an absolute nightmare for the right-back. It was Aspilicueta yesterday. How different are these wide players to the ones that you were facing?
I mean, I played against some great wide players in the Premier League. You know, Ian Robben, Overmars, Pires. You know, great players. These were a different level. And I think we sometimes sit here and sort of talk about the Premier League in the mid-2000s. It was at its peak then. We have to show some humility in terms of what we're actually witnessing here with Sterling and Sané, Mane and Salah. And it's the impact of Ronaldo and Messi, where wide players, and Messi played on the right and Ronaldo played on the right or left for Manchester United, and Messi played on the right or left for Barcelona, scoring 35, 40 goals a season. The impact of them, these are the shockwaves of what they're achieving. They're looking at them now. These are, in football terms, they're killers, these lads now. I played against wingers that were lovely wingers, could beat a man, did great things, scored 8 to 12 goals a season. They had the odd good season. These are 20 goal, 25 goal a season wide players stroke wide forwards. Whereas you'd normally get confronted 2 or 3 times a half in a game 15, 20 years ago, where you could be aggressive against people, you could tackle them from behind, you could really, chop them at times, I hate to say.
We remember.
For a full-back now, it's so much more difficult. So this idea that they don't make good defenders anymore, full-backs can't defend, I hear a lot of that. It's a nonsense. These full-backs now have the toughest possible job. They've got to play without contact, they've got to play without tackling from behind. These lads play in the perfect positions on the shoulder, high up the pitch. Wingers used to go deep and set up play with the wide. You remember, full-back would get it. Your winger was told to go deep, set up play it back in. These lads now are on the last line of defence, making the runs that hurt you in behind all the time. There was a couple from Raheem Sterling yesterday, which were absolutely devastating.